Those details right now at 5:30.
Dedicated to Southern and Eastern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News at 5:30.
Good evening, I'm Steve Hensley. A mudslide shut down a Leslie County road this morning. As crews worked to clear the debris, school officials had to find a way to get some students to school on time. WYMT's Will Puckett has more.
As rain drenches the mountains, crews work to clean up slides. A familiar sight for many here in Eastern Kentucky and something school officials work around often.
We are always mindful of our roads, the shape they're in, and the landslides that we have to deal with.
Brett Wilson is the superintendent of Leslie County Schools and said slides come with the territory.
It's something that unfortunately we have to live with here in the mountains. We're not the only district that deals with it.
This slide on Kentucky 1780 is affecting one of Leslie County's major routes.
We had to reroute our kids whenever the landslide occurred.
Some of the routes longer, but credit for keeping kids safe goes to a working relationship with many moving parts that keep the kids that way.
When you have good people like that working with you, it makes this job a lot easier.
So the district, along with their bus drivers and monitors, can get their students to and from school safely and efficiently. In Leslie County, Will Puckett, WYMT Mountain News.
The road was open to one lane at 9 this morning and is all clear now.
Man, it's really been a soggy day here across the mountains. Definitely feels like a Monday out there. You'll notice as we look at some of our weather cameras along US 119, US 23 in Jenkins, though those showers really impacting them all day today, but you saw a little bit of clearing there on the back end of that forecast. Now we look at satellite and radar, you'll notice those showers that moved out a little bit earlier today, and now they're becoming a little bit more scattered, but we're also going to hang on to those clouds. And as we scan the skies now, we're seeing some showers moving into Laurel County, Clay County, down into Knox, a little bit into Leslie, maybe even northern Perry County as well. Really going to see those scattered showers continue, but at least we've seen most of the bulk of the showers get on out of here. Now temperatures, they're into those low to mid 60s across our area, so pretty comfortable outside. But here's something we haven't talked about in a while. Dew points, they're into those upper 50s to lower 60s, so we're getting a little bit sticky out there, and we're going to continue to see that really as we head into the next week and as we start to get closer to spring and even into summer. We're going to have to factor in those dew points now as it's starting to feel a little bit muggy out there, but we do see sunshine return a little bit later tomorrow. We'll break down that full forecast coming up in just a little bit. Steve.
All right, thank you, Paige. A cemetery in Letcher County was vandalized this past weekend. More than 40 gravestones were damaged. WYMT's Lauren McCourt talked with people who have family buried at the cemetery who say they are heartbroken someone would do this.
Thornton's Hill Cemetery is a final resting place to hundreds.
This cemetery's been here for, years and years.
But the quiet here was broken late Friday night.
They were pushed over. They were probably about 40 stones. They were turned over.
Graves damaged.
It was terrible.
This hits close to home for Chris Sexton. His family and friends are buried here.
It was heartbreaking. This is people's final resting place.
That's when he and a couple others decided to spend all day cleaning up the mess.
We sent so many back up. Some of them was broke. Some of them was just turned over.
One of the volunteers being his 10-year-old son.
He didn't argue about it one bit. He volunteered on his own to come up here to help.
Many of the families have came by to check up on their loved ones' graves.
Now, thank God that ours wasn't damaged, and I feel sorry for the people that were.
And believe whoever did this terrible act,
and they should make them come up here and cut the cemetery 2 or 3 times,
should have to pay the price. In Letcher County, Lauren McCourt, WYMT Mountain News.
Sexton says they are taking up donations to help fix the grave site, and if you have any information about the vandalism, you can call the Letcher County Sheriff's Office. A man is accused of punching a referee at a Western Kentucky AAU basketball game and knocking him unconscious. Investigators say Kean Minifield had a disagreement with the referee, and when the referee turned away, Minifield hit him. A family member of the referee says he has a broken collarbone, a crack in his sinus cavity, and a concussion. Minifield is charged with assault. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell was in Louisville today explaining the rollout of hemp provisions in the Farm Bill. He was joined by a group of government leaders, including Kentucky's Commissioner of Agriculture. Last year, the bill removed hemp from a list of federally controlled substances. The industry is booming in Kentucky right now. Last year, processors paid farmers nearly $18 million for harvested hemp. Democratic gubernatorial candidate Adam Edlin wants to see possession of small amounts of marijuana decriminalized. He's one of 4 Democrats running for governor this year. The others are House Minority Floor Leader Rocky Adkins, Attorney General Andy Beshear, and Jeff Young. Republican Governor Matt Bevin is seeking another term. His GOP challengers are State Representative Robert Goforth of Laurel County, William Woods, and Ike Lawrence. Kentucky's primary election is May 21st. Actress Felicity Huffman has agreed to plead guilty in the college admission cheating scandal. Huffman joined 12 other parents who were also pleading guilty. CBS's Jeff Newen has the latest from Los Angeles.
Newly released court documents name 13 parents and 1 coach who have all pleaded guilty in the largest college bribery scandal ever prosecuted by the U.S. Justice Department. Desperate Housewives star Felicity Huffman is among them for her role in paying a college admissions consultant $15,000 to have a proctor boost her daughter's SAT score. Huffman was in court last week and today released a statement saying, "I am in full acceptance of my guilt with deep regret and shame over what I have done. And my daughter knew absolutely nothing about my actions." 20 other parents have not pleaded guilty, including Full House actress Lori Loughlin and her fashion designer husband. The couple is accused of paying $500,000 in bribes to get their daughters accepted here at USC. Prosecutors say their 2 daughters were recruits to the school's crew team, even though they were not competitive rowers. All of the parents who pleaded guilty Monday could face a maximum of 20 years in prison, but it's unclear how much, if any, time they will serve. Jeff Newen, CBS News, Los Angeles.
The Department of Justice says those who took tax deductions for bribe payments will pay back the IRS. Plea hearings have not yet been scheduled. Tonight, college basketball will crown a new national champion. The defending champs, Villanova, were knocked out 2 weeks ago. Texas Tech is the underdog going into tonight. The 3 seed will take on Virginia, a number 1 seed. Now, the Cavaliers were the first ever number 1 seed to lose to a 16 seed last year when Loyola Chicago knocked them out. But they're looking for redemption against the Raiders, who will make their first appearance in a title game. The game tips off at around 9:20 right here on WYMT. Coming up on Mountain News at 5:30, knowing when and how often to be screened for breast cancer can be confusing for some women. Hear what doctors say you need to know.
And we're starting to see those showers get out of here, but we're going to hang on to those cloudy skies. Temperatures near 64 degrees over in the Jackson area. And really, as we head throughout the rest of tonight, we're going to see that sunshine finally return as we head in tomorrow, and that warming trend continues as we head into the rest of your work week.
And coming up later at 6, years after a deadly crash killed 5 people, family members prepare themselves as the man police say killed the group is set to go on trial.